Why should we vote Bobi Wine? Is he the best candidate? No, in my view. But for now, let's vote Bobi Wine. Let him be the uniting factor for Ugandans. Bobi Wine was the MP for Chadondo East. But before becoming the MP for Chadondo East, look at his history. What has he been able to accomplish in that place? There were widows, there were poor people who were sorted out with either blanket or mattresses. You remember very well the time when the Nakawa people got an incident, the market vendors. He stepped in. I want you to look out for those records. It's just my view. And I don't care about whatever you're thinking. There are people who say, no, he's not the best. No, offer yourself for leadership. That is the starting point for me. Offer yourself for leadership. Come out and inspire. And then you tell us who is not fit to lead. He was able to lead Chadondo East. And look at his contribution. Enormous contribution. Look at the sacrifice he made. He was on the trail. He went to Arua. And what did he do? His driver was assassinated. He spent days and months in prisons, moving left, right, center. He nearly lost his leg. He had to seek for medical attention somewhere else, not in Uganda. They helped him out. So I think Bobi Wine can be the person that can be voted and can lead us for now. And if at all there were well-meaning opposition leaders, this would be the time for us to see them uniting together. But have we ever even had opposition leaders in Uganda? Of course, not forgetting the sacrifice that Dr. Kizza Besigye was able to make. And up to date, is still in prisons. And we are not talking a thing about it. I want us to have this as a uniting factor to Ugandans. I want us, the pain that is being meted on Ugandans on the daily basis by Uganda police or the army should be the uniting factors for all of us to come together as one and vote for Bobi Wine and have it as a protest vote. And if at all we are people who want to be united and people who want the good for Uganda and we want Uganda to come back on the right trajectory, it is the time now to rise up and be more united and do the things that can make that country called Uganda to move forward in a good way, with good medical healthcare system that works for everybody, judiciary that works for everybody, electoral commission that works for everybody that are involved in the electoral process. Educating the voters, sensitizing them to know their rights, what they have to do, not a time when they have to just come to nominate candidates and they sit on the backside and the state is doing anything to our people and you watch our women being paraded and they are put to shame by the forces under the President Yoweri Museveni. And you guys watch what is happening. If there is anything that can unite us, it is now. If there is anything that unites Ugandans to a point where we will have one person who will raise a voice and East, Central, North, Western, all of us together can rise up to hold that country back to the leadership of the people, that would be a good thing. Is it about to come? Is it going to be easy? No. All the people who are under NRM who are benefiting from this system, they will not take it easily for you to remove bread from their table. And am I saying war? No. Can we rise up together? If the East are protesting, the Northern are protesting, the Central people are protesting, the same thing, for the same reason, we can stand up, and there are people who think President Yoweri Museveni was heavenly sent, and he can be the only person who can be president for that country. For heavenly sake and for crying out loud, no, hell no. They have the voices must be heard. The people must take that country's leadership back into their hand. Let us, if it means protesting, let us protest to protect the votes that is going to Honorable, Kyagulanyi, Robert Sentamu. Let us be more united than ever before. Chimala, you have watched how the coffee bills were passed against the will of the people. You have watched how that parliament is being manipulated left, right, center. You have watched how commissioners are eating money behind doors. And you have watched how Bobi Wine was able to eliminate and remove away elements who are in that party that were serving other interests. And they were there just to masquerade around. You have watched how opposition leaders who are supposed to be supporting other opposition leaders came out boldly and are saying nonsense against people who are in the opposition, and the right opposition. Now you know. And it is time for Ugandans to be more united. If there is anything that will unite us, is the pain and suffering of our people, the Wananchi, the people who are not having 3 meals a day, the people who have the power and they can blatantly say anything on Twitter or anything and they get away with it. It is time now that Ugandans must be more united to stand together with each other and hold each other. I look forward to that day when Ugandans will be free. I look forward to that day when the voices of the young people will be heard. I look forward to that day when we will be more than united. I look forward to that day that the likes of the Captain Ibrahim Traore will be alive and well in Uganda to do the right thing for that country. People might change through leadership, but if there is anything that Ugandans need, he's a person who is going to be a civilian to lead that country, and we will reinstate back the term limit, the age limit, and all of the things that NRM has ravaged over that country. You remember very well how, President Idi Amin was able to do some things. That was a patriotic person. You don't need to teach patriotism. You have to live it. And the things that they were able to build, with, of course, his failing aside, people were in love with their country and they were doing the right thing. Not like today. Not briefcase parties that are moving around and you know them. Not briefcase parties. We want people who they are credible enough. Their characters, their manners, their behaviors are credible enough. Not people who are looking at the money and cheap popularity. That will not help Ugandans. People power, our power, that must be the thing that will help Ugandans. They cannot do anything. The few of them who are in charge, if all of us can rise up from the east to the west, to the north, to the central, we will take that country's leadership back into the hands of the people. And let me remind you, it did happen in the time of President Yoweri Museveni in Uganda. It did happen in South Sudan, bread only. It did happen in Egypt under Mubarak. It did happen in so many places. And you guys can, attest to that. It can happen in Uganda. With all of them not listening to the pain and the cries of the people, we will stand with the people. At all costs, we need to stand with the people and to elevate that country back into the hands of the civilians. And the rule of the people must be at the front.